12:13 on Thursday afternoon here. Was it June 2nd, 3rd? Sunny day outside today, warm. I posted some stock trades from yesterday till today, a 47% gain overnight. Looking at the top hedge fund managers in the country, one of them gained 6% last year, his fund, but he got paid 3 or 4 billion. I gained 45%, whatever, in one day. My hedge fund license should have been granted to me when I was 16, and I expressed interest at age 16. Therefore, the state of Kansas owes me $1 trillion for all that disrespect, and paycheck of $5 billion a year for every year since age 16, since kindergarten, because the punk said my degrees don't matter in Topeka, at Merrill Lynch, and the trespassing fiction at Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, and Payne Weber. It's a trillion each, punks. You know, at Purdue, they used to talk about strategic planning, barriers to entry. Barriers to entry. Well, the first barrier to entry is getting a legal business license, isn't it? And when the people in charge of giving business license are dumbass punk scum shitfucks, you know what? That's a barrier to entry. It's a problem. And that teacher who taught strategic planning seemed to have more common sense and right than the Wilbur finance idiot who taught the efficient market theory shit and said I'd be arrested and threat if I went into a stockbroker office in Kansas City. And my family had accounts in there and relationships, and I was led to believe that's by my father. You know, that was always a place, well, that turned into hell. Now, whether they're innocent people or whether it's just one or two people doing all this shit, I don't know. But everybody needs to know what's going on. They all need to be taken out in the street and executed. I believe that they were involved with murdering my father and having a look-alike steal his identity. And once something like that's not right, it has a trickle effect to everybody else. So everybody else in there is very possible murderers and identity thieves who've killed the real deals and stolen their identities. And when you listen to them one-on-one, work with them one-on-one, you know what fucking idiots they are or whether they're real. Credibility. So success in business, barriers to entry, is not, it's getting a legal business license right, first of all. Working in an atmosphere where there's no illegal activities and the government officials, etc., are letting you conduct business as, you feel like that is precedented to legally exist in America. And just being around people that you can trust and deal with in a good, friendly, trustworthy, professional environment. Now, when you go to places where you don't know anybody and you're a complete stranger to everybody there, you don't have any idea what's going to happen, do you? When you come from a atmosphere where you are dealing with well-known professionals, top American professionals like my dad, you expect things. You have things. You have DNA things. You have homegrown, homeschooling experience that, is in reality is more real and more important than the crap they teach in these fucking schools. But, barriers to entry is that business license. I believe they murdered my dad. Some idiot stole his identity. I know the person was an idiot, mimic gossip. And his associated people, a lot of them were idiots. I listened to them one-on-one. They're just fucking lunatic idiots. I was a Beta Theta Pi. Some of those fucking people are lunatic idiots. And whether they're the real deal or frauds or lookalikes or whatever, I don't know half the time. But I was a Beta Theta Pi. There was hazing at Oklahoma State Beta House. My dad was a Beta at the University of Pennsylvania, and my uncle was a Beta, so I, joined the Beta House at Oklahoma State. That was one major reason. There was a lot of crap and bullshit in there, too. Just like there was crap and bullshit in high school. And Woolworths and Purdue. So what? It's reality. I don't have to apologize. I have to get $5 billion a year minimum wage based on these hedge fund paychecks. I got to get $1 trillion for all the Nazi mafia disrespect. Everybody needs to know what these dumbass punks have done. And they've been identified. based on ACT percent and everything else.